Welcome to Grandma Kathy's Art Venture. Today I'm making a dining room table. Let's go. So I have this MDF. It was a bar table top. And I am taking back my kitchen. I'm no longer going to paint in there. So I needed a table. And I used to keep my paints on this and it was full of paint. So I sanded it down. And I also needed a base for it. But first I'm going to start off by painting it with lamp black Montmart acrylic paint. So I'm going to put 2 coats of this. I'm going to put a coat on, I'm going to let it dry, and I'll put a second coat on, and then we'll come back and we'll start from there. So here's the stencil I'm choosing. I'm going to get it put down, and then we're going to use Montmart titanium white acrylic paint and stencil this stencil. And I'm going to do 1 coat and then bring you back and do a second coat. Okay, we're back and we're going to put the second coat on. Let's go ahead and lift it up. This is called Antique. It's I've had it for a while. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my rag here. And start rubbing it. And you want to make sure you put it on the whole table. So I was going to take it outside and spray it with Minwax water-based polyacrylic, but it's too windy. So these are the, I cut out 5 of these circles. These are going to be the base for my table, and this was actually before I put the stencil on. I was waiting for the black paint to dry, and I went ahead and cut out the 5 circles for my base. And I'm going to glue them together, and then I will, I don't have it on video, but I cut a hole out of the middle for my paint can to slide down into, try and make my base sturdier. So here they are cut out, and it's not perfect, but I'm not worried about it. This is a homemade table. I'm making it for myself. But I have some glue and water in this, and I'm going to use paper towels. And I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm basically just going to put glue on there, put the paper towel down, and it'll give this strength and texture so that I can paint it. Okay, so we're back, and this is dried, and now I'm going to paint it, and I'm going to paint it with the same paint I painted the table, the lamp black Montmart paint, and here we go. Okay, now I'm going to stencil onto this round thing, and I'm deciding on what I want to make, what stencil, how I want to do it, and I'm going to stencil that on there. Okay, we're going to let that dry, and we'll come back and we'll use the antique wax and we'll put a coat of that on there. Okay, we are ready to move on to the next step. And I'm just going to glue this rope around the top here. So, just gonna put some glue on there. And I want to try and stay close to the top. So here's the base. After I put it on, the paint can actually slips down into that hole, and then I put that rope around there, here, and this is where my paint cans connect. And what I did was I glued the paint cans together, and then I took cardboard and wrapped it around and glued it, and then I put rope on there, and I did that up there. So that's how I built my base, was paint cans. I used 3 paint cans, and then this top one is looks like I need to paint a little more there. I see a little spot I missed, but that was a coffee can. And so that's my table. I made myself a table for my kitchen, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really cute. So now I have a table and chairs so I can actually sit in my kitchen and eat something after a year. But I'm really happy with it. Tell me what you think about my makeshift table. Turned out pretty cute. So my next job is painting this floor underneath my table and chairs. So happy Monday, everyone. Up first was August acrylic art, then creations with Tanya, and then myself. Tell me what you think about my new dining set down in them comments. I love y'all. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next one.